look and how welcome back to my channel. I'm so happy to see all of you tuning in and liking my videos and asking for makeup tips. I really appreciate you guys, all of the feedback that you guys give me. And today we went with this bright look, very vibrant. And I hope that you guys stay tuned and watch exactly how I achieve this and the colors that I use to achieve this. Thank you guys so much for all your support and for watching. Stay tuned and I will show you exactly how I got this look. Okay, so let's get started. I don't know how, I kind of know that I want to achieve like a purple look, but let's see what comes out of this look. I already primed my face, I moisturized it, I just put on some lotion, and I used this professional primer already. And I'm going to start with my eyes this time, and I'm gonna skip my face first. So I already put base, I used the P. Louise base on my eyes, and I already did my eyebrows. So to start, I'm going to use the Jaclyn Hill palette. I'm going to use this Positivity color and start with that on the outside, okay? And then I'm going to go in with the purple colors. So and I'm going to exaggerate a little bit and take it up, smoke that color out as high as I can, just so I can get a nice like smoked out effect with the, well, not smoked, but you know, with the, I can get a good blend on that color. And the point here is not to pack on that color, it's just, I just want that blend to be very well pronounced. So I don't care for the color, like I don't want the color to show that much. So I just want it for the transition. So I don't care about packing it on. And I'm going to bring it all the way inside to the inner corner because my intention is to do a cut crease and do a bold look. Okay, and I'm going to try to use different brushes. Right? And now I'm going to go in with this light purple shade, and it's called G Money. No, it's not. I'm sorry. The shade that I use, the pink shade, is called Lolly Mama. And the purple shade that I'm going to use now is Therapy Sesh, that lighter purple. Although it doesn't come, it's not actually that light. It's very pigmented. So that's going to be my next shade. And the same, I'm going to bring it all the way in to the inner corner like I did the other that I did with Lolly Mama, just so that I could get that blend, just so I could get that nice gradient effect. But don't go too high. You don't have to go as high as you did with the pink, the Lolly Mama color, or the lighter pink color, because you also want to get that layer of color So if you just keep going over it, what you already put down, then you lose the point of your gradient blending effect. So now I have that. Okay, and if it looks, you know, like patchy right there, you can always take your other brush that you use with the pink and go in where you feel like it looks patchy. And if you want to make sure it's blended, you could always go back and make sure it's blended to your liking. Okay, now with another brush, I'm going to go in with the Not My Journey purple. It's this darker purple down here. And this one, I do want to pack it on. This one I am going to want to pack it on first because I want it to show. And I want it to be very visible because this is the focus of my look. And I'm going to pack it on my lid. And it's okay if you have fallout. Honestly, to be very honest, the eyeshadows don't have much fallout like on your eyelid. They do have some on the pan, I'm not gonna lie, like on the actual palette. It does have like some fallout, but when you actually put it on your eyelid, it doesn't have much fallout underneath. So that's a plus for me. I don't care if it's on the palette, but as long as it's not on my on my eyelid or on the bottom of the cheek. And even though I am gonna do a cut crease, I do want to still get the inner corner because I want that gradient effect on my inner corner. I want to for you to be able to see I'm gonna try not to, although I try not to pack it on as heavy on the inner corner because I am going to be taking it off and doing a cut crease, but I still want that I want that gradient effect on the inner corner, that blended out effect. All right, and like since I did my eyes, I'm doing my eyes first. You can always go back and clean up, sharpen this with your concealer afterwards, or a wipe, a makeup wipe, and clean that up. Or you can always also just use that tape. Like you could use a piece of tape to not. I just don't care for it looking that sharp, so it doesn't bother me, and I can always clean up how much I want to with concealer. So now that I have that going on, I'm going to go ahead and do my cut crease. And for my cut crease, I am going to use that P. Louise base that I showed you earlier, and I'm going to apply it on a flat brush. I'm using the MAC 195 flat brush. It looks like that. And for the cut crease, what you want to do is, as far as you want to take it in, you could put it on the bottom of your eyelid like this, and then you kind of look up, and when you look up, like move your eye around, and then you see how it marks up there how far it's gonna go. Then that's where you're gonna cut. Because if you don't do that and you just kind of guess when you do put down the base or the color, it's gonna shift. So that way you know what is the limit to the movement of your eye, and you know how far you want to take it. Okay. So I have that so far. And the back doesn't really matter, like this part doesn't really matter to me because I'm going to end up blending that in with the color that I'm putting down. So it doesn't really matter to me. So now you have something like that. So what I'm going to do, the color that I'm going to pack on that part is I'm going to be going in with this electric palette by Urban Decay. It's pretty old. I don't know how many years exactly that it came out, but I'm going to be using this lime green color. It's called Thrash. So I'm going to go in with that, and I'm going to put that down on the inner corner. I'm not going to go all the way in because I do want to put some yellow in the inner corner. So I'm just going to pat it like that. Okay. All right, now I'm gonna go and do the other eye, and I'll be back to finish my face. Okay, I'm already done. I already came back and I have the other eye done. I will be going in with a little bit highlight on my eyebrow. I'm gonna be using the I'm In It color from that Jaclyn Hill palette again, and I'm just gonna take a little bit because it is a very iridescent, very bright, and I don't want to cover too much of my pink shadow. But that it is, I like it because it still has color in it, although it has that iridescent shade, so you don't lose too much of that. You see how pretty that is? All right, and so I wanted to come back and show you what I was gonna do on my lower eyelash, on my lower eyelid, sorry, on my waterline. I'm going to be going in with that, I'm going to go in with the purple, the dark purple, this shade that's down here, the second one. I'm going to put that on the bottom because I want something very smoky, very pretty on the bottom. And I want purple to be the main focus. So I'm going to take that purple all the way across. And I'm trying not to put too much like on the inner, on the waterline, because just to not make my eyes have that like allergic reaction that I mentioned in another video that sometimes I get because of the red dye and the purple. So I'm going to try my best. I usually line like with the black. I usually line with the black first, and then So for the base, the foundation, what I used was again the Smashbox foundation. It looks like this. I'm in color 1.1. It's a for fair light. It's a fair light color, and the undertone is neutral. It looks very beautiful on the camera, but up close it is very full coverage. So if you have like a lot of I would say like acne, or I don't know, like a lot of like imperfections, this has a lot of coverage, because I had if y'all saw at the beginning of the video, I had like a lot of breakout right here, and you can't really even see it. And I didn't put any concealer down here. I just put the foundation straight on after the base. So it's very full coverage. So sometimes what I do is that I'll take like the brush that I use on my upper eyelid, and then I just use that to smoke it out like that. I just pinch it and I use that. Okay. I try not to use brushes that I don't have to, just because I know that I probably have to wash them later on. So yeah, like I said, there is some fallout on the pan, on the actual palette, but it's almost none on your face. So then now that we have our face put, like our foundation, I'm gonna go in with, I wanted to show you because I'm trying something new for a blush. I'm going to be using this Tarte Feisty blush. I wanted to use something that's not so pink because I already have the pink going on my eyelids. So I'm going to be taking this and kind of like be my, since it's that like a more neutral color, I kind of wanted to use that as my bronze bronzer color, kind of, you know, blush bronze type of color, you know, but I didn't know how well it was gonna work. But it's a really pretty shade. It is very, very nice, I must say. It complements very well the look, because you don't want, well, I don't like to put too much of like the same color scheme, if that makes sense. So like I did the pink and the purple, I try to stay away from pink on my cheeks. But I mean, if you like pink on your cheeks, you know, by all means, it's all up to you. But just to mix it up, and since I have a lot of these things, they come on that Ipsy bag that I was telling you guys about some videos back, and I don't use it because I stick to like the things that I pick up from Sephora or Ulta, you know, or gifts that I receive from my friends and my family. So I hardly get to play with the little samples that I get. So I figured that this would be a good opportunity to do that. So I'm not going to use bronzer today because I kind of like the shade and what this is doing for me. So I'm going to skip out on the actual bronzing. I'm just going to kind of do more up here. Okay. Let me see. very nice, I must say. And it's like a very soft application. Like you can kind of you know, cake it on as much as you want and apply as much as you want. So I do like the way that looks. So now that I have that, I'm going to I actually forgot to apply highlight to the inner corner, so I'm gonna go back and do that. And I'm going to go a little bit dramatic on the inner corner highlight because this is a very dramatic look. And also, ladies, your fingers are ultimately your best instruments, especially when you apply glitters and these iridescent colors, because the natural oils that your fingers release, they like make the pigments and the glitters work, like activate. I don't know if that's, you know, the word I'm looking for, but yeah, I guess like activate better, and they stick on easier, and they're brighter with when you apply it with your actual fingertips. So now that we don't have our fingernails, you know, clickety clack, we can take advantage and actually be able to apply our makeup with our fingers. So now that we have that on, I'm going to go ahead and set my face so I can go back and do my eyeliner and all that good stuff. Okay, and as we're waiting to dry, I'm going to go ahead and apply my eyeliner. And I'm going to try to stay away from the inner corner. That way that yellow doesn't fade away. Okay. And I'm going I'm going to try to do a thicker wing, because sometimes I just feel like certain colors or certain makeup looks require more like of a bold wing, but I just sometimes get scared that it's like too over the top. All right, so now that we have that down, all right, I'm going to go ahead and highlight my face because I don't want the dew to get from the setting spray to get, you know, too dry. So I'm going to be going in with the Jaclyn Hill highlighter, and I'm going to be using her brush, and I'm going to be applying it. Oh my gosh, that's so beautiful. Every time that I use this highlighter, I swear, like, I try to hold back how amazing and beautiful it looks, but it's just like, how can you hold back? It's just like beautiful. Look at that. Like I just barely tapped it on. It looks so stunning. Yes, yes. It's so beautiful. Like I can't. It like completes everything. It just, it's the look. It's just, it settles everything in. Okay, so I'm gonna shut up. Just to, because I don't want to cover too much of the yellow that I put down, I'm gonna use like a lighter eyelash, like a more simple eyelash, but of course you can, you know, make it as dramatic as you'd like. So I'm using the Ardell Studio Effects in the Demi Wispy, and I'm gonna go ahead and put the glue on them. While I wait for that to dry, I'll do my mascara and my lip. Remember that these are thinner, so it doesn't take as long. These dry up faster than the thicker band, so don't try to do too much. So as a matter of fact, I'm gonna go ahead and put my mascara first, and then I'll put on the glue, because since they're thinner, they have a thinner band, they do dry up faster than the thicker band, because you don't actually put on as much glue. So I was actually looking at a video, I think on YouTube earlier this week, and there was this girl that she put her eyelash glue on, like on top of her eyeliner, and like very close to the eye, to her lash line, and then she sat the eyelash on, and I was like, wow. And it looked, I mean, as far as you could see, like it looked pretty good, like it looked decent. And I imagine, like, if you actually have like an eyeliner, it will look good, because you know that the lash glue will hide in the eyeliner. But I mean, it was something that I had never actually thought about, you know, could ever be done. But I mean, I don't know if I could do something like that, if I would try that. But you know, I guess to some people it's just easier, you know, different. Everybody has their own styles and ways of making things easier for them. So I guess, you know. And then also I've seen people, like, I don't know what celebrity it was that puts her eyelashes, like her fake eyelashes, she puts them underneath her real eyelashes. So I mean, I guess everybody finds a way to, you know, what suits them. So while I wait for those to dry, which it won't take long, I'm gonna go ahead and put a lipstick. I'm using a liquid lipstick. In this case, it's a Mauve Story, and it's in the in the collection from Desi and Katie with Dose of Colors. And it's a really pretty like mauve color. So I wanted to go and do something nude since this is pretty bold. So you have something like this. And if it's up to your preference, if you want to line them, that's fine. If you want something darker, more neutral, like dark but darker, that's fine too. So I'm gonna go ahead and put my eyelashes on. All right, cool. And then I give a good little pinch at the end, and I make sure that they're up. Alright, cool. So we have that. And then now we're gonna put on the other eyelash. And the same thing, we kind of sit it up. And alright, and now we have that. Alright, cool. So this is the final look. This is the final look. Very beautiful, very bright, vibrant. And I want to thank you guys so much for watching these videos. This YouTube channel has been something that I had been wanting to do for a long time. I never imagined to have 5 people watching, and to have 100 and I don't know, a little bit over 100 following me and watching me means the world to me. Thank you so much for staying tuned and for asking and requesting looks. I will try to be more consistent with the uploads. If you have any suggestions or anything that you would like to see personally, please leave all those comments down below. I really appreciate it, and I do read all of the comments. And so I do want to ask for you to like, subscribe to my channel, and share these videos on Facebook, on Instagram. I would really appreciate it. Thank you so much for staying tuned, and thank you guys for watching. Bye.